So I just paused the movie I'm watching on Netflix. Got up and fed. Well, we already actually ate. I've been really liking these. It's a prebiotic fiber like superfood smoothie. Y'all know regarding the power issue, so I had to still find a way to get my smoothies in, because y'all know what I showed y'all on my TikTok. I used I think it's called, the brand is called Vega. It's a prebiotic powder that's vegan, so I still had to find a way to get that in. So that's what I had for breakfast. But anywho, I just thought about how I don't know, I thought about how I wouldn't, see, that's the thing. I've never really labeled myself as a people pleaser, but I guess thinking about it and the amount of things that I allowed to continue simply because I was operating out of the space of knowing that people have their opinions, I have my opinions, and respecting the differences with other people. But sometimes that can cross a line, right? So I guess that would be people pleasing, but I've never saw myself as a people pleaser. Because if anything, some people may say I'm a bit more cutthroat than others, but I think most importantly for me, it's been about, in this time, it's been about being my whole self, my complete self, in any arena that I'm in, right? Not just in relationships, but also in work and in play, whatever. And even in this time as well, like releasing certain coping mechanisms. Because what a lot of people don't know is, like, when I get super, super stressed, like one of the things that I used to do was smoke Black and Milds really heavy. And I picked that up in I really picked that up in 2020. Yeah, I picked that up in 2020 during the pandemic. Yeah, the stress was out of control. But I've learned how to find healthier ways to cope. Whether that be through me writing more or really just sitting with myself more. And even aside from that, like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I don't want to have a good time, because I definitely am open to having a good time. But I've always been more of like a house party kind of person, or like a grown and sexy type of event kind of person, like a lounge or something. But like clubbing and stuff like that, I just don't see myself doing that anymore. Now, I'm not going to say anymore, because hey, listen, a girl can manifest. What if I'm paid to appear? Okay. But, but I don't know. It's something about the energy exchange that happens in all of that, in all honesty. Finding, I wouldn't say finding myself, but coming home to myself, basically. And the different things that I like to do, whether it just be something as simple as my me time, or appreciating the sunset or the clouds, and just getting back to nature mostly. That has definitely been something that has helped me in this time. And even within like the past couple of months, even with me posting more on YouTube, but really like being able to get rid of those old ways, and even finding different ways of expanding my communication, right? I know I've always had it in me. I mean, people who have interacted with me know that I have that in me as well, but sometimes that can be overshadowed by the opinions of others, right? And being able to know that within myself, the ability to communicate effectively, and not just effectively, but using like the right words in that moment. And I wouldn't say like being persuasive, but low key kind of, you know what I'm saying? Low key. But yeah, how about this? To sum that up, the power of the pause, right? The power of the pause. And knowing that like sometimes silence is golden, and also knowing that like whatever moment, whatever frustration is happening in that moment, that is the frustration. And to not allow it to bring everything up from the previous frustrations. You get what I'm saying? So if I accidentally get a splinter in my finger while I'm doing something, I don't allow that happening to bring up the frustration about how I tripped on the piece of wood 2 weeks ago. You get what I'm saying? Like focusing on what's in front and what's happening right now, and being innovative with solving that problem and moving forward, right? So essentially focusing more on what's in front of you, right? What I'm choosing versus focusing on what has been let go of. And yeah, but that's me. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. I'm going to find a way to find a positive out of anything. I'm gonna find a way, honey. Okay, it could be raining fire. Okay, we're gonna find a way to find a positive. That's always been me though. But yeah, letting go of the smoking habit, and I was just thinking back to a lot of, and you know, sometimes it's good to think back and realize how far you've come. I wouldn't call it like a reality check, but more so a means of staying the course, especially if you are not seeing the results per se. It's a great way to keep yourself going on the journey. And that's another thing. That's one thing I realized too, is that it really is about the journey, y'all. It really is about the fucking journey. It really is. Because when I start focusing on the end, then I start getting overwhelmed, honey. I start getting overwhelmed. And then it's like, oh my God, look at how far I got to go. So you got to focus on the journey. You got to focus on what's in front of you. And that's what I've been doing. That is what I have been doing. But yeah, yesterday I started filming. But yeah, he wasn't too much feeling it yesterday. He wasn't feeling it yesterday. Because I'm going to be honest, we did a lot of movement on Friday. I checked back and look how many steps I did yesterday just from us being out. And I was like, yeah, he's tired, you know. And then plus like the heat, it, of course, that adds extra added weight too. So yeah, I think that's all I got right now. I might come back. Okay, another thing I want to say too is I've realized how sensitive I am. I have realized how sensitive I am. And the thing about it is, I think a lot of other people have never really been able to see that side of me, because I put up like so many walls and defenses because of things that I went through. But I realize how sensitive I am. And I honor that now, because I realize that sensitivity is, that's where I love, right? And no matter like how much I have been through, y'all, like I've been through a lot in my life. No matter how much I've been through, I still find a way to have compassion and empathy and love, and understanding that forgiveness is key, and knowing that, you know, it's not, again, like I said in the previous video, like it's not my job to feel like I'm, you know, the judge, execution, and all these different things. Like, yeah, I've realized how sensitive I am, and that there's nothing wrong with that. Now, that's not to sit here and say like sensitivity to the point of like not being open to constructive criticism, or being steered in the right direction, right? But at the same time, like, yeah, just owning that side of me, right? And knowing that that is okay, and knowing that it is that sensitivity that is the reason why I have been able to like move forward and still be compassionate and loving and empathetic no matter what I have been through, and even when I'm in the midst of dealing with a challenge. Thank y'all for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Oh, watch some videos too.